There was a time in MMA when the only way you could watch it was getting a VHS tape from somebody. In my case, a video store in Little Tokyo in LA, where nobody spoke English. And they had all the videos from Japan. They saw the Japanese commercials in them. A lot of times you would get fights that were 3, 4 years old that weren't relevant anymore, but they were new to you because you hadn't seen them before. Spike changed everything, because before Spike, people didn't know what you were talking about when you said MMA. They thought you meant pro wrestling. And so the shift is, once it was on Spike, when I was fighting and I said, I'm a mixed martial artist, people knew what I was talking about. You could turn on your TV and watch MMA. That's what Spike did for mixed martial arts.
Well, Spike Sports, you know, we've had a really long and proud legacy with combat sports. I think in a lot of ways we've been the official home of combat sports for quite some time.
The sport would probably be dead if it wasn't for Spike. I mean, had Forrest and Stefan not had a great fight, had that one fight not been displayed on free TV for the world to see, I mean, where would we be?
2011, 2012 was in between rounds for Spike, where there was a transition. Are you gonna move forward, or are you gonna make MMA part of your past? And they chose to move forward, and the way they did it was Bellator.
It's an historic night as Bellator MMA is live on Spike for the very first time.
The home of MMA is gonna be the home of Bellator. That was a huge step for everybody. It was, I'm not gonna quit, I'm not gonna stop. This is the direction we go.
Good. There's the tap. Doctor's coming forward. Big uppercut. Oh, good right. He's in. Oh, down or left. Good right. That's it. Right hand. It's out. There's the tap. Jump knee. Oh, my God. This fight is over.
I was really heading down a different path, and then I got a call from Kevin Kay. And I flew to LA. I think we sat there and we talked for like 4 hours. And I said, man, this guy really gets it. Like a fan, too. Like he came from a fan perspective, not from a TV executive perspective. I said, okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna hang my hat with Spike, and I'm gonna bring all the knowledge over the last 30 years to this company, and I'm gonna work, you know, as hard as I can to drive Bellator to be as successful as Bellator can be.
Bellator MMA live and free on Spike begins now.
Scott Coker has been amazing for us. Scott Coker is the man, and he has an incredible vision of what he wants to do.
He's a showman. He loves sort of the excitement in the theater of combat sports.
I want to bring the fringe fans back. We're not going to be restricted.
That's what I spend most of my day doing, is thinking about how I can support him as effective and successful as possible.
As play! By Melvin Manoff, and it's over. Man!
Spike is broadening. Spike is getting bigger, and so is our sports.
I'm a big fan of boxing myself, so when Premier Boxing Champions came over to Spike, I was super excited.
From moment go, I just felt like I was part of a family here at Spike Sports. I just love the commitment that there is to making certain that we are the best at what we're doing. We sort of have combined the best of what boxing used to be with all the current technology and the excitement of a sport that's being reborn for a lot of fans to find again.
Boxing is back on the map.
Everybody, we all can be on the outside cheering, but you got to get in there and fight. So no matter what nobody said, it's up to you.
Done, and Michelle Myers has seen enough. It is over. Gervonta Davis scores his 6th straight knockout.
Today, we're happy to announce that Spike TV and Bellator and our whole operation is going to go into the kickboxing business. And we're going to start Bellator Kickboxing in 2016.
You are inside Pala Alpatore in the northern city of Torino, Italy, where tonight kickboxing gets a facelift. It's the debut of Bellator Kickboxing.
I think we're the most exciting sport on the planet. I think that's why the sport is being built.
There's no truer challenge than stepping into a ring and going against your opponent.
Bellator has the opportunity to actually cross over kickboxing and bring it to the MMA fans, so the MMA world can really see it, and it's going to help the sport grow.
This world is not only for men and about men, but is also a woman that can fight.
Is kind of the natural progression of sports on Spike. Having those 3 sports under one roof is something that no other network has, and speaks to the future of combat sports, really about where we're heading.
This is not just a phase for Spike. This is part of what Spike is. You're not made a fighter, you're born a fighter. MMA was born on Spike, it's not gonna leave.
At the end of the day, I am a fan, and I like watching martial arts combat. And that's how I interact with the athlete, is that, hey, you're the star of the show. You know, you're the guy that's gonna make it all happen. We're the facilitator of the opportunity, but at the end of the day, they're the one in the cage fighting, and they're the ones, you know, putting their necks on the line. So, you know, I have a lot of respect for that. And I think the fighters appreciate that, because really, we kind of put them up on a pedestal.
It's not about the brand, it's not about us, it's about the fighters. We really believe that they're the stars, and we're gonna put them out in front and make them the centerpiece of everything that we do.
Ready, now, action! It's fantastic to be part of something so unique, and it feels like a huge privilege.
Spike is like the beginning of most massive fight organizations' promotions, you know?
The events are bigger, the fighters are bigger, we're putting on bigger shows in front of bigger audiences than we ever have.
It's just giving the fans an opportunity to see some of the great athletes compete against each other, and at a high level. You know, I think the production is amazing. The game has stepped up completely.
Every fight should be action-packed. That's #1. Spike they've put the right fights on.
We're all about turning our brand over to fighters and really making it all about kind of the journey that they're on. It's all about connecting deeper to the fans.
And that's where they can keep this sport alive, by people tuning in and watching this crazy sport that we do.